All right, ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? Thank you so much for tuning in today. There's so many things you guys could be doing right now. You decided to click on my happy little face, click on my little subscription, and to tune in for our Transition Tuesday segment. Today, all jokes aside, this is very serious. I love to smile, but this particular segment I have to be a little bit more serious because we're talking about bullying. I've been bullied. Some of my friends have been bullied, and I'm one of the bigger guys in society. And there are some little people in society. There are some people that are afraid to speak up. So I want to speak up on you guys' behalf. I want to give you guys the courage to speak up if you guys are being bullied. I just so happen to play for The Ohio State University. I play in the NFL, and we've also had some individuals get bullied playing in the NFL. Can you imagine that? These big Goliath, these big athletes being bullied. So that lets you know that something has to be done. That lets you know something has to be said. And the same thing happens in corporate America. Same thing happens in schools. And so I just want to provide you guys with some courage, first and foremost. And let's just understand that bullying happens to any and everyone. You don't have to be a guy. You don't have to be a girl. It happens to kids. So you have to understand that if your personal space is being violated by somebody, you feel uncomfortable around somebody, that means that person is trying to intimidate you or bully you. I want you to stand your ground. I want you to speak up, tell somebody. If you're in corporate America, you go down to human resources. They call it HR. If you're in school, you talk to an administrator, gym teacher, counselor, principal, anybody. These individuals, I promise you, will help you. Don't be afraid. Rule number one, do not be afraid. You have to have courage. You have to speak up. And then there's this big, huge movement that's been going on in society called Me Too, hashtag Me Too. But it took one particular person to speak up to get it going. So that's all we want to do. I want to encourage you guys to speak up. How do you stop bullying from happening? You probably can't stop it in the moment because it may trigger and turn into a fight or some type of violence or abuse. I want you to be smart. You have to outthink the bullier. You have to be smarter, be wiser, make sound decisions. I know you may be afraid. I know you may be scared, but you have to speak up and speak out and understand that somebody out here is going to stand up for you and protect you. And that's typically a person that has a higher rank, a school administrator, the person in HR. So let's make sure, first and foremost, we speak up and we speak out. And then we have to let due process work itself out. So if you need to remove yourself from that situation to make sure you feel comfortable being in that environment, please do so, because that will free you up mentally, and that'll allow you to be able to focus on what it is important for you in life. So being bullied could stop you from being the person that you are. It could change you into somebody that you're not. I want you to be your happy, go lucky little self. So make sure you remove yourself from that environment until that environment is safe for you to go into. Step number 2, allow for it to resonate. Once everything happens, you've told the right person, make sure the coast is clear. You've spoken up. You spoke out. Now we're going to let due process work itself out. And then the final step would be to confront your bully when you're comfortable, when you're ready. You have to make sure that you are emotionally ready. You got to make sure that you are physically ready. You have to make sure you are mentally ready. You have to make sure that you are spiritually ready, because it's going to take a lot of courage. It's going to take a lot of confidence. So you have to be willing to forgive. Forgiving is not an easy thing to do. Saying I'm sorry isn't an easy thing to do. but sometimes we need that for closure. So make sure you are taking the proper steps. Speak up, speak out. Allow due diligence. Now we're looking for closure. I can't stress to you enough. I've spoken to a lot of individuals that have been in these situations, and the one thing that sticks out to me that has helped everyone in these difficult situations is the fact that they had the opportunity to speak to that person, to share their emotions, to share their thoughts and feelings. It was difficult, but they had the courage to do it. But it gave them peace of mind, not only just for the rest of the day, but for the rest of their lives. And that's what we're seeking. We're seeking for longevity. I want you guys to have a crystal clear mind, free of peace. Don't worry about if somebody's trying to hurt you. You need that peace of mind. So give yourself that closure. It may be difficult, but once everything works itself out and you feel comfortable to speak to this individual and you want to get that closure, it is extremely important that you do so, but you got to do it gracefully. You got to do it peacefully. You got to do it lovingly. I can't stress that enough. I'm a Christian. I believe in the word. I believe everyone has an opportunity to forgive. So make sure that you are graceful in your communication with this individual, because it could change your life and it could potentially change that person's life. And now you've given yourself an experience that you can share, a testimonial that you can share. So you'll find yourself speaking to a platform or a plethora of people that could be influenced and gain the courage and feel that type of support to make a difference, not only in your life, but in the world's life, because that's what we're striving for. We're striving for peace throughout the world. So I want you from this day forward, get the courage. You have the support. Now you just need the confidence to build upon it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all of my subscribers. Make sure you guys follow me on all social media platforms. And if you would like for me to come into your school, your church, or your corporation to give this presentation, I would be more than happy, more than willing. So I want you guys to understand that this is therapeutic for me being able to share this with you guys. And I want this to be therapeutic for you. So I want you to live an unbelievably, abundantly blessed life. And make sure you subscribe. Make sure you guys tune in for our next segments. So we will see you guys next time. And as always, go Bucks.